You're gonna wait till the room fill up. Y'all get in this room, because a lot of y'all been asking for this live about this RC. A lot of people in my comments, inboxing me on Facebook, in the Losi groups, and things like that, asking me what I like to run in this car. All right, and I'm just gonna give a full breakdown on what I did with this car, so you guys can watch the vid, see what I like to do, see what gears I run, tires, just a basic overview of everything what I'm currently running in this car right now. I used to run it on 8S, but I jumped up to 12S, and he has been straight up animal. So when we get started, when I see people in the just jump in the room, we're gonna get started with the overview. I don't want to start talking about the dimensions of this car unless we get some people in there. So jump in there, y'all. I see one in there. If y'all in the live, chat down below, Carlos. Carlos, if y'all in the live, spam that Carlos. Spam that Carlos. Once I see a couple comments, we're gonna get going with the live. Like I said, spam that Carlos. Spam them cheetahs if y'all got them, leopards, whatever y'all got in y'all phone. And then we'll get started on this beauty right here. My flagship build right here. I love this car. Got about 4 or 5 fifth scales, but this is my favorite right here. SUP, what up, man? We about to talk about Carlos right now. Talk about this Losi DB. What I like to run. How you doing? Y'all jump in this room. Jump in here. Herberto, thank you, man. Good afternoon to you. Blessings to you. Right, as y'all can see, Carlos due for another body and a fresh paint job. But like I said, jump in this chat, jump in this live, y'all. I only do these every once in a while. Got a little time today. Nope, it's not a dual motor build. None of my fifth scales are dual motor builds. You gear them right, you get the right batteries, you get the right tires, and if you are an experienced driver, anything is possible with this RC. All right, so it's not a dual motor. I'm on my GoPro on the body, GoPro mount on the body, so put the GoPro on top to get the telemetry that you guys sometimes watch when I do speed runs. Speaking of that, if you guys have a GoPro, and you guys wonder how to find out how I get the telemetry on the GoPro, we'll talk about that a little bit while this room fills up. Of course, the Papa Willie will probably do a standing backflip. All right, so look, got the GoPro right here, right? You guys can see the camera. They asked me, how do you get the telemetry on there? So pull this down, pull the menu down, and there's a section, go to connections. Is it in here? Let me go back. Preferences. But anyway, you can go in the menu, you can go to regional, and you'll see the GPS is on right there. But this is my upgraded GoPro Hero 10, so it automatically pops on this GoPro. But my old GoPro, you used to have to go to regional connections and turn it on. So that's how I get the telemetry. Then when you upload the video to your phone, you go down to stickers, select speed, and then the speedometer will come up, and you'll get a speed. Shout out to Green Acres, Florida, man. I appreciate you checking out my channel. I appreciate the love and support from all of y'all. I do it for y'all. I love the hobby. And that's it, man. Just like I said, I thank y'all. Can't thank y'all enough. Thanks for checking in. Green Acres, Florida. All right. So check it out. Do I have any petrol? No petrol RCs. All LiPo batteries. All right. You run these batteries right here. All right. So we're going to get started. We're going to jump in here and get started. Open up the hood. First of all, this body is not a stock Losi body. I bought a clear one from online for about 120 bucks. And what I did was I shoe glued it, and I got drywall tape. As you can see, the drywall tape is secured with the shoe glue. And then what I did is I sprayed Flex Seal on it to thicken the plastic, to make it a little more stiff, a little more tough. I haven't had this body crack or anything like that, and I haven't had races, crashing, dashing all over the place this car, and this body has done me right. The light bar doesn't work, but the body has still have not got any cracks in it. All right. So let's talk about tires. Okay, I'm running a Kill Mad Spikes. See, get some light, but let's get some better light. The Kill, I can't see them, but they Kill Super Spikes. 180, 175, 180/175. That's the size. I didn't get the wide ones because I like the thinner look. It reminds me, it's reminiscent of the stock Losi tire. So kept it to stock specifications as much as possible. And I rode with these tires right here. Very, very good. Very, very durable. Hardly no balloon. I've had minimal issue with them. I haven't had say I want to have any issue or they're the perfect tire, but they work pretty well. Vic, my brother, thanks for checking in, man. What's going on? I will have the Speed 1 car up really, really soon. I'm about to take a little trip. When I get back from that, it'll be back to speed. When my brother, be patient with me. But I'm running the Kill tires. I was running the aluminum rings, like on the rear I have right here. But for some reason, under high RPM, I kept losing a tire in the front. So what I did was I'm going to try to put the plastic ones back on, and I'm trying to do a couple runs and see if they hold up under high RPM. I'm running the Power Hobby Servo 701 MG. All right. Took the receiver box off. I can show you. I'm running this Spectrum receiver SR315. I run a Spectrum DX5 remote. Nothing special. Kike, what up, man? Thanks for the check-in. What else? Let's talk about my differentials, okay? Differentials are a big thing in the game, big talk in the game, all right? I don't run anything thick in my differentials, okay? My center diff right now, I think I have about 2 million differential weight fluid in my center diff right now. I like that little bit of flex. It's less strain and less wear and tear on your differentials. I've ran my differentials locked, lockers, 20 million earplugs. I always had the best luck with keeping your diffs moderately thin. I think my batteries, they're done charging up because after this live, we're about to take Carlos out for a rip. Yeah, so I like to keep my fluids thin in my differentials. It works for me. But hey, you guys can run what you want to run. I'm not saying that I prefer this, prefer that, or do this or do that, but it's all up to you. All right. So you can see right here in the front, the differentials all black up here because that's stock. But in the rear, I had to put an aluminum bulkhead in the back because for some reason I kept blowing out the input gear with the differentials. So my buddy Todd, shout out to Todd, he suggested I get the rear bulkhead in the back, give it some more rigidness under that high RPM and that high stress, and it's been working out real good. Let me tell you one thing that's real important when you are running your RCs, okay? When you want extreme performance out of them. Number one, you guys already know the power system, what we're going to talk about real soon. But it's also servicing your RCs, okay? You can't just go out there, run these RCs, run them, clean them off with some water and some evergreen, and expect your bearings to perform poorly. Your bearings to seize. When your bearings, get shitty and they start to seize, That's when you start blowing your differentials, because your differentials can't don't run smoothly, don't operate properly, because your bearings are all seized up, they're skipping. Um, you won't notice it, but it's happening. So service your bearings on your RCs, especially your fifth scales, especially in your differential areas, especially on your Losi's, okay? I suggest that you, if you have the extra money, especially for a Losi DB, the stock bearings are not sealed bearings, okay? So dirt, crud, water, grime gets all in your bearings, and then they tend to blow and they don't work properly. So make sure if you got some extra bread, get some sealed bearings and replace all your bearings in your RC. It's worth it. Um, a lot of guys think about, oh, I was going to get the motor, the batteries, this, to that, and then no, it's the little things. Pay attention to detail. It's the little things. Service your cars. Not just wash them and clean them and let them sit. When you clean them, get an air compressor, blow the excess water off. Use approved products to wash your RCs, like Simple Green. They have RC wash. I think it's called Bio Wash, if you guys are familiar with that. But don't just spray your RCs off. Saturate your receiver box area, and then wonder why you have issues with your RC next time you go out and you run. Service your RCs, wash them, clean them appropriately, use the correct cleaner, and you'll have good luck with your RCs. I have good luck with my RCs. I mean, some things go wrong here and there, but for the most part, I have pretty good luck with my RCs. Because I service them, I pay attention to detail, and I bring them in the house and I go through them and inspect them thoroughly. All right. So enough of that. Let's get into the ESC right here. Right. Max 5G2. I was running this thing on 8S with an XLX2, which is just by fine with me. I love that setup personally. But Max Lex 2 went out, so I had this laying around, so I had to work with this. All right. Updated the firmware like they recommended to help with the delay. Still no help with the delay. Still has the healthy Max 5G2 delay, but it's been working great for me. I don't really bash this car, just a couple races, 3 or 4 or 5 races, and then usually my day is done anyway. So just a race car, so I'm not putting too much stress on it. But let's talk about the motor. I'm running a TP motor. You guys familiar with Thunder Power motors? That's what I'm running. Good old gold and black can. All right. This is a 1010 kV motor. 12S capable, but very, very high kV for 12S. Be mindful of that, okay? In my personal opinion, the ideal kV for running 12S is an 800 kV motor. 800 kV, 780s, which come stock in the Losi DB, are great motors, especially if you gear them right. It's no different than running a 1010 or 900 or 1000 kV or whatever you choose to run, because whatever kV motor you're running, if you're not running a high kV, you can compensate with gearing. You're running a low kV motor, you can always gear up. Like I'm running a 1010, you can see how my pinion to spur ratio is very, very small. I don't have to run a big pinion on this truck at all, because I have enough RPM within the motor because of the high kV. Okay, I cannot run this 1010 kV with tall gearing. All right, I think I got a 16 tooth pinion on there right now. That comes stock with the box with Losi. I don't need a big pinion gear in there, again, because my kV is so high. If you put tall gearing on this car, your ESC will start to overheat and shut down and won't perform well. Your motor will heat up very, very fast, and if you're not knowledgeable about these things, you will blow your motor. I have fans on this thing, keeping this thing cool at all times when I'm running it, because I know one run is already getting toasty. All right, but I'm aware that I'm running a very, very volatile setup with this Max 5G2 and this 1010 kV motor. Why? Because of the high kV. Okay, because of the high kV, Shout out to my cousin Steve. I'll call him back in a minute. Because of the high kV motor, I don't need to run tall gearing, and it still gets hot, so I still have to have fans on it. So if you want to run a setup on 12S that's more efficient, you get more run time, more bash time, without having to worry about temperatures. You can run an 800 kV or lower. They have 650 kV motors. You want to get a lower one, a 580 kV. I don't suggest a 580 kV because your car will be slow as a snail. All right. Keep it in the 800s. Keep it 750. In that range. You start to get a little bit fancy. You want to go on a 900s. You want to get a TP 970s, things like that. You better be knowledgeable. You better watch your temps. Three things you got to be knowledgeable when I'm running this setup. Okay, three things that I watch. Right now in New England, it is summertime. All right, it is summertime. Okay, 90 degrees average every day. So guess what? When I go out there and run this car, I'll do 3 to 4 to maybe 5 basically drag speed runs, and that's really it. I pull it to the side, get my temp gun out, check some temps, check the condition of my batteries, because if you run a high kV motor and it's hot outside and you're not watching temps, you will swell your LiPo batteries and puff your batteries and potentially have a fire. If you watch some of my content on my channel, you see it happen a lot. Okay, because we push these RCs to the limit. But unfortunately, the way I have this car set up, it is very, very temperamental. I only use it in, like I said, 2 to 3 to 4 drag race intervals, and I'm letting it stop. I'm letting it cool down. I'm letting that ESC cool down before I go at it again. All right, so let's look in the comments, see what we got. Riley LaHo, we just put a Max 5 800 kV in the castle, run on 12S. That shit blow up, poor SC. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened because a Max 5 with an 800, unless you didn't have a Max 5 G2, unless you got a Max 5 G1. If you got a Max 5 Generation 1, you could not run it on 12S. But if you got a Max 5 G2 with an 800 kV castle motor and you run on 12S, your system should run fine. You could damn near run one-to-one gearing without having to watch your temps or anything like that. But I don't recommend you to run one-to-one gearing, when you're running 12S. It's a lot of volts. It gets hot really, really fast. So keep that in mind. Keep the comments coming in. This is time to just, Q&A. Ask what you want to ask. It's hard to really answer all the comments that come in the comment section. So that's why sometimes I just have these lives and take questions, take Q&A. So I do have like I said, these Power Hobby hyper fans on here. They're really, really good fans. Let me see if I can find a 3S battery. Check out one right here. I got the balance lead right here. So my fans have a switch, and I'll use the fans from the balance lead, and the switch is right here. So what I'll do is I will plug that up to the balance lead. Now it's getting voltage from the power source right here. Turn the fans on and I got power. You can hear how loud these fans get. Run off a 3S battery. This is a 3S LiPo. Really strong fans. No, the castle not asking just too much power. I'm not sure what was really an issue with your castle, but as long as it's 800, you should be able to run it. Unless you had a gear too high. KD Labs, what's up, man? Thank you, man. Thanks for the shout out. Appreciate the compliment on the Losi. But yes, Riley, it wasn't asking too much power. Maybe I don't know. Maybe your conditions wasn't right. Maybe it was hotter outside that day. Maybe you were pushing the RC a little bit more. Who knows? It's hard to really determine what was going on with your individual RC through a chat. But what I would say is you are running a pretty good setup. Hobbywing Max 5 G2. It has to be a Generation 2, not a Max 5 G1. You run over the 800 kV, you gear it pretty good. You should be pretty safe. All right. B-Ray, what's up, man? Creating Success. I used to run 6S's too, but now I just run all 5th scales. But yes, the 6S lineup, the 1/8 scale lineup, It's very, very fun. Right. Yep. I'm telling you, if you push it too hard, you push it too hard, you push too hard, you're gonna have problems. That's why I'm having this chat right now to let you guys know. You guys gotta be knowledgeable when you're out here RCing and you running lipo RCs. You have to know gear ratios, okay? You have to know gear ratios. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now. With an 8S setup, on an 800 kV motor on 8S with a Max 5G2, I would gear that thing 39, 39. I would drop the spur to a 39. Like if you run the Creighton 8S, I'm speaking like, let's just say you got a Creighton 8S, okay? You run the Creighton 8S. You got an 800 kV motor in there. You run the Max 5G2, all right? I'll gear that thing up to 39, 39. All right, it's gonna go pretty good. 39, 39 gearing, that'll get you about 58, 60, 61 miles an hour. Okay. Now, that same setup, you switch out the batteries, you put it on 12S, you can still run it on 39, 39, but you're not gonna be able to run it as long as you like you had it on 8S. You're gonna have to pull it over, check your temperatures, and watch your system and watch your lipos. You got to be mindful of that. You can't just get lost in the moment, bashing, having fun with your buddies, full throttles, burnouts, and then all of a sudden you wonder why, oh shit, my RC's not working. My RC's not working. What's wrong with it? Oh, the electronics are junk. This is junk. This is junk. No. You guys have to be knowledgeable when you're running your RCs. Know your gearing. Know how hot it is outside. When it's colder outside, the weather is in your favor because it's keeping your electronics cool. Okay, but in the summertime, you got to put fan in your electronics, and you got to know to stop and rest your RCs. Just for that reason. Okay. Yep, it's fun to push your shit too far, but you know what? Is it fun to come out your pockets when you blow up your ESC or you puff up your lipos or your car is on fire? You know, I'm not a millionaire myself, so if you got deep pockets like that to push your cars to where you could burn out your stuff, salute to you. But I don't. So this is for the folks that want to have a practical setup, have the electronics for a good long duration of time, and run healthy. Okay. Keep fans in your cars. All right. Also, when you do your gearing, the diameter of your tire is important. Also, I run a real small tires on here, so I can gear up pretty much, gear up a little bit more. But the gear ratio with the diameter of my tire is at a real good spot where I like it. Okay. KD Labs, when it's hot outside, is now. I usually run them when the sun is going down to the overheat, and I pay too much money. I totally agree with you, KD Labs. That's what I'm trying to tell people. You gotta, watch the temperatures and run, like you said, run at good temperatures. When it's usually like 90 degrees, something like that, I'm usually not running my RCs. Yeah. I mean, if you run your XRT on 3S, it's gonna stay cool. But you say you had a 30 spur to 25 pinion, that's real close to 1-to-1 gearing. All right. And you got to factor in if you got upgrades. And that's another thing, people too. Like, people got to understand when you upgrading your vehicle, and I'm not saying everything is upgrades, they're optional parts. So getting the aluminum arms, aluminum turnbuckles, aluminum here, all this aluminum, you start getting all this aluminum and your RC is blinged out. It looks good on paper, but guess what? Your RC will not run efficient. Okay. That adds weight to it. All right. The stock weight on a Losi, I believe, is about I'm not sure how it is out the box, but you don't want to deviate too much from the stock weight out the box, because guess what? It's more strain of your electronics. You want to bash it, now your battery's going to work harder. Your ESC got to work harder. Your brushless motor has to work harder. All right. And it depreciates the life of your electronics. Right. Yes. 3S fans, Power Hottie fans, they're excellent. They're excellent. Excellent fans. Especially good price too. The last pretty long time, take a beating, and it went great. And it went awesome. Try to get one mount and put one on the ESC as well. But yep. So just you guys just gotta be you know, you can't deviate too much from what they got going on at the factory. It's to specification for a reason. I learned the hard way. I was upgrade crazy in my young RC career. Upgrade crazy. Ooh, every upgrade I saw online, on Amazon, on Losi.com, at work, I'm bored as hell, doing nothing but looking for upgrades, and I was ordering everything, putting it on my car. I learned my lesson the hard way with the X-Max. Yep, the X-Max. I put every upgrade on my X-Max, my first X-Max. The roll cages, aluminum bulkheads. Basically, I had an X-Max Ultimate before Traxxas had a X-Max Ultimate. All right. And then I was blowing my diffs every time out. Blowing my diffs. Oh, why am I blowing my diffs? My diffs gone. My diffs are blown out because your car is about 20%, 30% heavier than its intended weight. The differentials could not hold up to that type of weight. So remember that. Bashing 101, ladies and gentlemen. Bashing 101. What else you guys want to know in the comments while I'm here? Buying a Rover sand rail with the dual pipe shear. Yeah. Me personally, I'm not into gas RCs, but they're very, very fun. They're very loud and they're very, very exciting. So if you, you know, if you like it, I love it, man. Have fun. Any RC. But I know about the roving for sure. For sure. But yep, man. This is my Losi right here, man. Like I said, nothing special. The thing is very, very light. Like I said, the thing is very, very light. That's part of why Carlos got that giddy up to him. Very, very quick. Very, very quick. So yeah, y'all, man. Like I said, watch this vid for bashing tips, tricks. These batteries are done. I'm about to lace up, go out there and give Carlos a run. And I will see y'all later. Built by Rob. First of all, before I leave up out of here, make sure y'all hit me up in the super chat, okay? There's a little buy thanks at the bottom in the comments. If you like this content, all right, hit me in the buy thanks. It helps the channel, helps get me in the algorithm, helps me you know, broaden up my followers and my fan base and increase my impressions. So you know, thank you for that. Yep. Traxxas diffs are weak. They're very, very weak. Yep. But I tell you what, I had my X-Max and I never upgraded to diffs. I never really had a problem with my differentials with my X-Max because you know, I drove, you know, knowledgeable driver. You have a good gear mesh, great gear mesh on your diffs, and you service them. You shouldn't have any problems. But you know, when I see guys online having excessive problems with the differentials, excessive every time they go bash, there's nothing wrong with the RC. There's something wrong with your knowledge. So you know, stay knowledgeable, stay yourself in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that super chat, and thanks for watching, y'all. Built by Rob. I'm out of here.